Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Chapter 7 bankruptcy and business debt. How you can personally guarantee a business debt and be able to get out of that situation in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. A Chapter 7 bankruptcy relies on a test called the means test. In order to enter into a bankruptcy in Chapter 7, you need to be able to pass the means test. That test is a test of income, along with other members of your household and the number of people that you have in your household. That's a very basic definition of what the means test is, but for this purpose, that will satisfy us. What you're able to do with business debt, however, is to avoid the means test altogether. All that means is, right now, when filing a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, you just need to have the business debt. Now, of course, through the process, there's additional qualifications that we can get to in later videos, but the business debt exception allows you to bypass the means test. Typically, in these situations, an individual could have a failed business and could recently procure another position that could put them outside of a Chapter 7 bankruptcy filing, as is common, because of the means test. When you have a Chapter 7 bankruptcy situation like this, you need an experienced attorney who's going to know that the business debt exception will apply to your particular case. When that exception applies, all you need to be is insolvent to be able to file the bankruptcy. Let's talk about particular facts that fit into this business debt exception. When you enter into a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, the first thing that somebody is worried about is whether or not they're going to lose their home. I can assure you that like any case that I would file, you would not be losing your home. Anything that happens in these kinds of cases, I know in advance what are the things that we need to be worried about. So there's no reason to be concerned about losing your house. Second, you won't be losing any other assets that you have because we'll be able to exempt those assets, such as a car or any other asset that you might have. Further, when you're filing a Chapter 7 bankruptcy for business debt, essentially you're able to start fresh. You're able to get past the overbearing weight of these business debts that could amount to several $100,000 in the failure of any sort of business. As an example, I have, in the last several years, filed many of these kinds of cases. Typically, when somebody closes down a business and has debt, more times than likely, it will apply to them personally. When that debt applies to them personally, that's when something needs to happen. A recent example of that, court judgment was filed against a client of mine that was from their business. That judgment, there was no way that they were going to be able to pay that, no way that they were going to be able to recover from that court judgment. As a result of our contact, as a result of talking about the business debt exception, they were able to file Chapter 7 on their own, discharge all of those guarantees of debt, and be able to start fresh. In fact, be able to start a new business where they'll be able to avoid the kind of issues that they've had before, and they will be able to move forward with their life. While a new business might not be the thing that you would go into in any one given situation, you may have a job that pays you more than you were making in your business. That is the perfect kind of case for the business debt exception in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Today we covered the Chapter 7 business debt exception to the means test. Please like, comment, or subscribe to the Frost Law channel for additional content. Thanks for watching.